Guys, I'm scared. I no longer recognize this world that we're living in anymore. There is a new threat to our well-being. No, it's not the wig-wearing, Oompa-Loompa-looking, grabbing creature that's in charge of the White House. Nor is it whatever the hell is going on with Brexit. There is a new menace to society. A scourge that is traumatizing our children. Bambi! So there I was, Wednesday morning, flicking through the TV channels, having my cereal, and I noticed a headline come up on one of the channels: "Should families watch Bambi at Christmas?" And I thought to myself, Christ, if this is another person trying to jump on the controversy bandwagon by taking a beloved property from our past and twisting and turning it into something that we should fear and hate, I'm going to just lose it with society. Now, before I continue, the purpose of this video is intended to in no way attack or have a slagging match against Ali Einstein. That's the lady who believes that we shouldn't let our children watch Bambi.
Do you think the children should still watch it? Would you show it to your children?
No, I wouldn't. And the reason is, I think that we have moved past that.
From the interview itself, it seems like she's fairly sensible-ish and argues her case very well. It's the idea itself that I have a problem with, not her. So don't be sending any hate towards her. We want to keep this fairly civil. So this debate all stems from the fact that a deer poacher in Missouri has been given a unique prison sentence in which he will have to watch Bambi once a month. Personally, I don't know about you, I think it's quite a clever punishment. But then on This Morning, which is a UK chat show, it quickly became a discussion on whether or not we should allow our children to watch Bambi. Obviously, this is because of the death of Bambi's mother halfway through the film, and I think even if you have a heart of stone, once you see that and understand its implication, it's likely to choke you up. So Ali believes that we shouldn't subject our children to watch this film because it may cause long-lasting emotional damage. Now I'm sorry, but if we're going to single out Bambi to ban from children, shouldn't we also add to the list, I don't know, The Lion King, Up, all three of the Toy Story films? They have pretty traumatic scenes in them. We wouldn't want the kiddies getting upset. It's an absolutely ridiculous idea to suggest that we cannot show a child a film just because there may be some sad scenes in it. I can understand not showing a kid any of the Saw movies, or a movie that is specifically not aimed for them. But Bambi? Bambi! That being said, I was brought up on films like Terminator and Aliens by my dad. That entire scene is suggested as well. Obviously, you get to a certain age and then you realise that Bambi's mother has been killed, but there's nothing explicit about it. We don't see the hunter actually kill Bambi's mother. We don't see him dragging her bloody carcass across the snow, skin her, wear her coat as a jacket, and then use her flesh as venison burgers. We don't see anything like that. Plus, at a young age, kids probably won't understand it. When I first saw Bambi, I just assumed that his mother had disappeared and left him alone. We need to stop trying to shelter things from children that we think are going to make them feel sad or upset. Look, take a lesson from Inside Out. It's okay to be sad. It's a basic human emotion. Sometimes life isn't all sunshines and rainbows, and we have to learn how we can overcome obstacles rather than cower behind them. If a film can present you a scene that is meant to be sad or upsetting, and you react appropriately, the film has done its job. In fact, change can come from sadness. Yes, a child could take a look at Bambi, find it quite a tough watch, and decide, you know what, I don't really want to see that again. That's fine. However, another child could look at Bambi, have a similar reaction, and decide to act upon it by looking into animal conservation and protection. Later into the interview, Ali explains how Bambi comes from a past generation.
I mean, I think the reality here is that we need to say to ourselves, that was a generation ago. Now it's time to move on. We don't want to have these children who are just going to be dumped often in front of it without support from their parents watching this traumatic scene.
Admittedly, there are some Disney films that I don't think have aged all too well. Take Dumbo, for instance. The crows are a fairly outdated racial stereotype, but is that going to stop me from showing a child Dumbo? No, because if they're 5, 6 or 7, they're not really going to notice that. They're going to be more focused on, I don't know, the magical flying elephant. She also goes on to suggest that Disney have a tendency to present central characters lacking that important parental figure, whether they be absent or passed away.
And the thing about the Disney films, and this particular film, is that the mother is ripped away and the the little deer, Bambi, is meant to fend for itself. Now, of course, this is the overwhelming theme that comes through all the Disney films. But name me one Disney film in which we have a strong maternal mother staying in the film, or that doesn't get killed off, or doesn't just get lost at the beginning of the film. There isn't one. And that sends a negative message to children, and also with fathers as well, that, you know, that often the father isn't there as well.
And to be fair, it is a trope that I think Disney rely on a bit too heavily, but it's also what's known as character development. Imagine how boring it would be if these characters had no emotional draw to them. If everything in their lives was fine and dandy, it becomes practically impossible to root for them later on down the line. Clearly, I'm in no position to tell someone how to raise their kids. I'm a 20-year-old guy sitting in front of a camera who likes to talk about movies quite a bit. If you don't want to show your child Bambi, that's your decision. But it's stuff like this, when the PC culture gets too much and it starts affecting the medium that I love, that I feel like I have to take a stand and say something. Bambi is a sad film, but it's also incredibly enjoyable and full of charm and heart. To suggest that Bambi is solely focused on the death of his mother is so narrow-minded. It's about friendship, loyalty, loss, grief, and eventually a coming-of-age tale. What makes Disney films so special is that they can be universally appreciated no matter your age. At a young age, you can watch a Disney film and be entertained by the colour, the animation, the jokes, the songs, and then when you get older, you start to notice that they are including some adult themes in them too. I bawl my eyes out at the end of Toy Story 3 every damn time I see it. Not because Andy is leaving Woody and the gang. Not because from when it came out I thought this was going to be the final Toy Story film we get. I cry at the end of Toy Story 3 because I connect to Andy on an emotional level. I see myself as Andy, who has to give up his childhood toys as he takes the next step into adult. You may think that by mollycoddling your children or protecting them from the sad and upsetting things is a step forward, but it's more like 2 steps back. Whilst a viable source of entertainment, films have the power to teach us about life itself. And if you're getting too hung up on the fact that Bambi made you feel sad and that no one should watch it, you probably shouldn't watch many other movies either. Look, those are my thoughts on the matter. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, if you want to see more videos like this where I take an issue and I talk about it, let me know what you think in the comments below. Links to my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram are in the description. Many thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to tuck in to a juicy venison burger now, and I will see you in the next video.